Do you ever wonder, Pisces, whether the world and technology have just got it in for you? Hello, Pisces, and welcome to this little corner of the internet that is Wild Fox Alchemy, or aka the Shambles Shed. I've just done a 32-minute reading of these cards for you, for your business and finances for November 2021, only to discover that my camera had turned itself off. It's a fabulous reading and I'm going to have to start again for you. But there we go. It's okay. If we haven't met before, my name is Maria Gaian. I am an intuitive business success coach and tarot card reader who regularly chuffs things up. But I hope you'll stick with me and let me do your business and finance reading. Let's see what we've got in store. I already know because I've already done it once. It's like Groundhog Day. We started with your overall energy for your finances with Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. Now, this can be physical clutter. It can be psychological, emotional, mental clutter equally, especially in a spread that's about your finances. Clearing out the clutter is one of the fundamental things we can do to open our channel for manifesting money. I'm just going to put that out there. I'll tell you a quick story. The other day, me and my husband decided to clear out our wardrobes. It's definitely the end of summer here in Spain, so oh my god, we were clearing away all our bikinis, well mine anyway, not my husband's, and all our summer t-shirts and stuff, and getting out our jumpers. So as we were sorting out things that had seen better days so that we could recycle them, or you know, whatever. And now I have this beautiful clear wardrobe and my sports bag full of summer clothes is all tidied away. And then I went to work and my boss gave me an envelope full of money as a bonus for the month. And I was kind of like, whoa, that's fabulous. So it works. Clearing out your clutter works. Now, obviously that's physical clutter, and it may be that you've got some physical stuff that you need to tidy up. Maybe, you know, you want to have a good clear out before the end of the year. Start 2022 good and fresh. But I'm also being advised to tell you about mental clutter. Mind clutter, shall we call it. It could be that you've got some limiting beliefs, some negative thoughts about money that are bringing you down. And I'm going to repeat a saying that I heard today. And it was, it's hard to make a living when you're worrying about how you're going to make a living. And I've thought, oh yeah, bang on, I like that. And it's true, isn't it? If you're worrying, if you've got mental clutter about how am I going to do this, you know, things are a bit rough at the moment. And believe me, you're not alone if they are rough at the moment for you. I think everybody's having a rough time. The pandemic has caused a lot of problems. Brexit, for our UK friends, has increased their costs of postage and delivering things. There are a lot of people that are no longer working with Europe anymore because of it. It's just a big mess. And people are having to kind of deal with what they're going to do from here on in. And it can be very difficult to think clearly if you've got all these cluttery thoughts going around. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Oh, the bills need paying. You know, how am I going to manage? You have to kind of separate yourself from it. You have to take the emotion out of it and try to think positively. And I'm not talking about toxic positivity, about everything's Pollyanna and everything's marvellous, because that's not going to get anybody anywhere. But it is the difference between thinking, I'm going under, how am I going to cope? Or I seem to be struggling, how can I fix it? How can I fix this? And turning those thoughts, not letting those thoughts become obsessions, not letting them live on repeat in your head, okay? Where you need to focus your energy is the Sun card, Vitality and Joy. And what a beautiful card that is. I mean, this actually is a really good reading, I will say. Wait while the end, it's just fabulous. We've got the Sun card, which is all about vitality and joy. It's about achievement, enthusiasm, success, fun. Now, the message that Spirit wanted to give is this. There may be products and services that you offer that do not light you up, They, in fact, drain you of your energy. They make you feel low. Maybe it's the clients that you attract through that product or service. Maybe they're the ones that are just so low vibe that you just end up finishing the day with them thinking, oh my God, that was just horrid. Or maybe it's the service itself that you just think, I hate doing this. I absolutely hate doing this. Don't want to do it anymore. And if you're anything like me, if there's something that I need to do and I don't want to do it, it takes me hours because I'm just dragging it out and drudging my way through it. If there's something that I love doing, it just flies by and I just get it done, and it's great. So Spirit is saying, don't waste your time on products or services that are dragging you down. It could be that there is something new that needs to come in. You're going to clear out this clutter, the old stuff that isn't serving, to allow this vitality and joy back in. And I think there could be a product or a service that you could tweak to make it more enjoyable for you. You know, you should leave your business feeling high almost at the end of the day, not feeling like everybody's just drained everything out of you. And, you know, we start our businesses and we go, yeah, it's going to be fantastic because we're going to do what we want. We're going to do what makes us happy. And then so many of us seem to fall into these patterns of doing things that don't make us happy at all. And we think to ourselves, why are we doing this? We might as well have stayed in a job and done rubbish like this instead of having to do this stuff in our own business. And we get trapped in it. And somehow, I don't know how, but we seem to forget that we've got the power to change things. You know, we've got the choice of what products and services we put out there. And we need to be putting out things that make us happy, that lift our mood, that bring joy to us, not just our clients. So think about it a little bit, Pisces. It could be that, you know, it's time for letting go of a few things and doing something that makes you feel happy. And the thing is, if you feel happy, your energy will draw people. And people become your fans. They then want to spend money with you. And that's what this is all about, isn't it? It's about making the money to be free, to make changes in the world. That's what we're all about here. Your strengths, the King of Acorns. Optimism and innovation. He is my favourite card. In my opinion, and a lot of people will argue, but he to me is the king of business. Because for me, it's not about the money, it's not about the leadership, it's not about making decisions and boundaries and being in authority. This is about the optimism, the innovation, the charisma, the not necessarily being a leader by design, but being a leader because people respect and love what it is you have to say. The court cards are usually representative of a person or a personality, and in this case, this is you, Pisces. You are the one that is full of the optimism, the innovation. These are your strengths. You draw people together. You are an entrepreneur. You may not see yourself that way. Spirit is reminding you now that you are amazing, and you can do this. And this innovation is the key here. You need to be bringing in something new. I feel very strongly from this reading that there is something new here. A new product, a new service, a new way of doing business. And we'll get to the rest of that in a second, because in the obstacles, blockages, kind of, I don't know, things to think about, warnings maybe, position here, we've got the Six of Feathers. And this is about transition and insight. And this card is indicative of feeling like you need to move forward to something new. The opportunity is there. Moving to something better. Making the decision to go forward. But Spirit with this card is usually reminding you that that transition isn't always the easiest thing to do. Now, for example, I've lived in this finca for the last 6 years in Spain, and it's been wonderful. But my family is rapidly outgrowing it, and we've kind of hung on maybe a little bit longer than we'd have liked. We want to buy something. I think I've kind of had my heart set on the big retreat centre that I love in the middle of the Sierra de Mariola. But it's costly, you know, and I'm not there yet. Let's be honest, I'm not there yet. I'm not in a position to buy that house right now. But I think we're going to have to buy a stepping stone house. Because now my daughters, my littlest daughters, are too big. When they came here, they were 5 and 7. Now they're hulking great teenagers, 11 and 14. And we're outgrowing the house, and it's time really that we moved. So it's like, okay, we're being pushed to buy a stepping stone house. Now we're all very excited by this, really excited by this. But, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be very difficult leaving this house. This is where we've lived since we moved here. I'm going to miss the views, I'm going to miss my friends, I'm going to miss my location, my nearness to town without being in town. It's going to be difficult, I'm not going to lie. So it could be that there is something that you need to let go of, and it's perfectly natural to feel a little bit of sadness, a little bit of sorrow about moving forward, about letting go. But you're being reminded that you need to focus on the positive aspects of it, on the positivity, the wonderful stuff that's going to come in its place, because this card is always indicative of moving to something better, not something worse. The outcome is the 10 of Shells, which is blessings and well-being. This card is a success card, but it all depends on what your idea of success is. And it's from the perspective of your emotional happiness and success. So it's not necessarily all about the cash. It can be about you feeling successful because you've achieved a certain goal, money-wise, or it could be that you've achieved a different kind of goal altogether. It may not be about earning millions, but it might be about moving to a new house that suits. It might be about opening a premises that suits. It might be just about having enough to pay all your bills and not have to worry. Whatever it is makes you feel happy. It's a completion card. It can be indicative of a new start, an ending old stuff. And I feel like I need to come back to this, to clearing out the clutter, ending the old stuff, letting go of it, but not clinging on. Making sure you focus on the optimism, on the joy, and the blessings that you'll get when you move forward. Okay? Now, I clarified these cards in the reading that I did, where nothing worked. Honestly, talk about a shambles. This is not the first time. Just before I finished doing the last lot of readings, and I must apologise, by the way, I've not mentioned this, I have had a bit of a mare, and I do apologise for the length of time it's taken me to get this reading done for you. But shambles is just the word, I think. There's been a lot going on with the house moving idea, and we've had some sick kids, and just nothing's gone very straightforward recently. So I didn't do my weekly readings, and then I got 10 of my business readings done and then didn't get the last 2 done because it was just a shambles. And the last time I did readings, the camera turned off. And yet I thought just now I'd been looking directly at it, and I thought it was working, and it wasn't. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk back about you. The Knight of Wands is here. The Knight of Wands is all about taking action. He's full of drive. He's got a similar energy because he's the same suit. He's the Knight of Acorns, or the King of Wands, whichever way you want to look at it. He takes action. He's got enthusiasm, he's energetic, he knows what he believes in and he goes for it, And again, he's very charismatic, this knight. He's very George Clooney or Brad Pitt, whatever. He makes you feel really good. And taking this action is going to make you feel good. So take it. Don't let this kind of idea of losing something hold you back. And I want to do a general card for the overall reading because none of this had really covered your finances in a way that was clear to me. I mean, obviously, if you've got enough money to pay your bills and live, then, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's all you need, depending on your definition of success. Maybe, you're not looking for a 7-figure business, a 6-figure business. You just want to do something that makes you happy, that gives you enough so that you are free to do whatever it is you want to do. So I asked for a general card, and I got the Wheel of Fortune there, which is just perfect. Again, it's not really about money. There's no lack of money in this reading, I would add. But this is the wheel. It's all about a turning point. It's about good luck. It's about changes and possibilities. It's a good luck card. And I feel very much like this letting go of old stuff is going to open you and your business up to receive new things. And I think you really need to look very hard at how you run your business, what makes you happy, and what jobs you just hate with a passion. Because it's time to either delegate them off or to change what you're doing so that you go to work feeling amazing, feeling joyful, feeling that optimism, that today's going to be a great day, that, you know, everything about this is just about your happiness. It's just about your happiness. So although I'm not promising millions on the lottery, I am saying that you will feel okay in November, what's left of it. So then we moved into your business reading. And as always, I usually say sometimes the money spread and the business spread are separate. Sometimes they're just inextricably entwined. And in this case, it's just so entwined. We got Birthing a New Age from Rebecca Campbell, Dreaming a New World into Being and Birthing New Creations. Okay. Now this links with this, the innovation, and it links with the clearing out of the clutter almost, because it's about you following what your soul is calling you to do. What I wanted to do is read this to you because it's pretty cool. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk, but walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Now, I was drawn by Spirit to look back at these, particularly this card, the King of Acorns. He is the epitome of being wild and uncontrollable and just going out there and doing what needs to be done. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway, because we are birthing a new age. Right now we're in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. So we're back again to this clearing out the clutter, clearing out things that don't serve us, letting stuff go, even though it might feel difficult to do that, but doing it anyway, bringing more joy into life. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time. Dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth and storytellers from times past. These are all the people that I make these readings for. It's what my business is all about. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. Now, I'm going to read this activation message. It's like a little prayer. You can repeat it if you like. I am open to surrendering to the creations that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. Please use me. Please lead me. Please show me the way. Now I read that and I got goosebumps because in this other, I'm going to move those to the end so we can see. This sun card here. What did I say about creating new products and services that actually light you up, that make your soul sing, not just your clients? Your soul's been called to do something, Pisces. I don't know what it is. You can let me know in the comments if you like, whether you're already doing it or whether it's just something that you're being nagged at to do. Are you thinking of starting a business doing something? Are you just throwing the idea around at the moment, or have you actually started? Or are you in a business and you're thinking, I'd like to pivot towards doing something else? Maybe you want to be more sustainable. Maybe there's just something that you want to do that is different, and what you're currently doing doesn't maybe bring you the joy that you would hope it would, and you're being told now to do whatever it is that lights you up, that brings you the joy. And again, we've got this 10 of shells at the end here, which is all about blessings and well-being and your emotional happiness. Whatever it is leads to that, and that's what you need to be focusing on, not doing stuff that just makes you feel like crap or is low vibe, or that involves clients that just suck the life out of you. You know, We all start businesses thinking that we're going to do what we want to do, don't we? And then we end up with this not doing what we want to do in the end. We need to do what we need to do, okay? Now, this is where it got interesting. Where you need to focus your energies on the 5 of Acorns, challenge and growth. I clarified this because I feel like whatever you decide to do here, there's going to be a challenge. And it could be from outside. It could be an internal challenge from, you know, your inner voice, that part of you that tells you can't do things, that inner critic. Some people call it inner critic, some people call it mind monkeys, mind chatter, whatever. And it could be that you're being dissuaded, if you like, or challenged on what it is that you want to do and what you believe in. This card is a 5, and the 5s for me are always about choices, whether you choose to see the good side or the bad side, the glass half full or the glass half empty. You can see the challenge as a means for growth or as something that makes you shrink. And Spirit is saying, don't shrink, please don't shrink. See the challenge as a means for growth. Now, I clarified this because I felt like there could be something. Maybe you're trying to make your business more sustainable. So maybe you decide that you want to change your packaging, and that might involve you putting your prices up. Or you decide you're not going to sell on Amazon anymore because you don't like their values. And other people may say to you, fool, what are you doing? That's an idiotic thing to do. You know, sometimes you have to suck it up, buttercup, and just, you know, do these things. You've just been a fool. It could even be a challenge from you feeling doubtful. You could be the one that is wondering whether maybe your beliefs and values are fighting against what you think is the right thing to do in your business. Maybe it's fighting against your intuition. So what I got was the 2 of Wands there, which is about insight and focus and what actually comes next, planning. And the message in there is that you need to get out of your comfort zone. Now, if you're planning changes to something, it can be very uncomfortable having to tell existing clients that you're planning the changes. It can be, I don't know, it can just be hard, can't it, to do things, you know, maybe to change the products. Maybe you're thinking, I want to be more sustainable, I want to be more spiritual maybe, and you've got these doubts, you've got these feelings that maybe it's the wrong thing to do. But Spirit says through this card, it's time for you to look at getting out of your comfort zone. And the story Spirit said to me in regards to this card is, look at this guy, he's looking at the world, he's planning where he's going to go next. And he knows that he's probably going to get seasick sailing to wherever the hell it is he's going. It's not going to be a comfy ride. But when he gets there, it'll be worth it. And this is what Spirit's message is to you. Whatever you're being challenged with, use it as a means for growth. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't allow the challenge to overwhelm you, okay? And then I got the 5 of Cups. And again, this is a 5 card. This is you being given the choice as to whether or not you are going to look at the empty cups or the full cups behind you. Are you going to cry over the cups that are empty, or are you going to turn around and pick the ones up that are full and go with them? Spirit asked me to point out to you that there is a river in this card. And that this guy, if he stops crying and hanging his head in sorrow, could pick those 3 cups and just go and fill them back up. Don't let the challenges bring you down. Look for the positives. Be optimistic. I'm not telling you to be Pollyanna. Toxic positivity is not my thing. But you can choose whether you say, I can do this, or I'm going to give in. Okay? And then, interestingly, I got the 9 of Cups, which is the wish card, saying that you're almost there, that there'll be satisfaction and contentment, that you will attain these emotional goals. Again, it's the card below this 10 of Shells. I feel like there's a lot of happiness and success and contentment in this reading if you follow these energies in the cards. If you are more authentic to you and what your soul is calling you to do. Strengths, we've got the Shadow. Now, I know this guy's the devil in other decks, but in this card he represents self-empowerment and ambition. And that's not something to be ashamed of, Pisces. You can be ambitious all you want. This is about you feeling confident and empowered to move forward and to bring your ambitions to life, okay? There's nothing negative about this card in this position. It's not a warning, it's not indicative that you're going to fall victim to temptation or materialism or anything like that. This is just you being strong, okay? And I clarified that because I thought, well, why is this all about self-empowerment and ambition? And I feel like it was linked to the situation with this Five of Acorns, with this challenge and growth. That maybe somebody's telling you you're too big for your boots, maybe somebody's telling you your ideas are stupid, maybe you feel like you're too big for your boots and your ideas are stupid. And Spirit said, get some friendships with some people that are positive, that want to celebrate your wins with you, that want to have good times. Now, talking of which, I've just been working on the Firefly Circle in its second iteration. The first one I put on something called Mighty Networks, and then another piece of kit that I love that allows me to put things in my shop decided to add community features. So the Firefly Circle has moved. It's moved to Podia, to my Podia site, and this is the kind of thing that I want to do with that. I want us to network, to promote each other, to share ideas, to brainstorm. Completely free, but people that are willing to celebrate your wins. People that are not going to piss on your parade, quite frankly, excuse my French. That, you know, when you have an idea, they go, yeah, you go, girl, get it done. Not, oh, you can't possibly do that. Oh, what a ridiculous idea. Okay? Positivity. Surround yourself with people that build you up and it will help you through this challenge. Alright? Now, in the challenge and obstacles and possible warnings position, we've got the Temperance card. This is a card that represents balance, harmony, patience and healing. It's a major arcana card, so pay attention because it's indicative of change. We've got a few major arcana in here. We've got the Sun, we've got Temperance, and we've got the Empress and the Shadow. So, you know, this is a big reading for you, really. There's a lot of life lessons to be learned, a lot of energy here that could last till well into the end of the year. But this card, I feel, is a warning for you to make sure that you are in balance, that you and your business are in harmony. And this really ties in again with this vitality and joy, with this making sure that you're enjoying what you're doing. Okay? That it's not just making you feel like hell on wheels. Because it's not worth it if it is. Who wants to wake up in the morning thinking, oh my God, more of the same? These people just drive me crazy. This job that I do, this work that I'm doing that is just, ugh. It just drains me. I don't want to do it anymore. Make sure that you know what your values are. That you know what your soul is calling you to do in order to birth this new age. And start turning your business towards that. If you're just thinking of starting a business, it's easy peasy. If you've actually started, pivoting can be a little bit more difficult, but you can do it. You can change things around so that you feel better about what you're doing. You could change your business altogether. You could close down what you've already got and move forward with something different. So, you know, bear that in mind. The outcome then is the Empress. Beautiful card. She is all about beauty and abundance and success and confidence. There's a lot in this reading, Pisces. There's a lot about clearing out clutter. There's a lot about you letting go of things that don't serve. I'm drawn back to the Six of Feathers about this letting go of things that don't serve and feeling miserable about it. I'm being told that there could be somebody who has a bricks and mortar store and it's not working because of the pandemic, and now it's time to let go of it and go online. It could be products and services that you need to let go of that aren't working for you. It could be some clients you need to let go of that aren't working out well for you. It could also be somebody that works for you, and either they aren't doing what you need them to do, you love them to bits, but they're not doing what you need them to do, so you need to let them go kindly, or It could be somebody that you know you're going to have to let go of in order to keep moving forward for your family. And you might have to do that, and that's going to be tough and it's going to be hard to do. But don't let the worry about doing all that stop you from doing it, because some things just need to be done, my friend. They just need to be done. So when it says clear out clutter, it could be physical clutter, mental clutter, emotional clutter, limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, but it could also be people that no longer serve your business. It could be suppliers that aren't serving your business the way that you need to be served. You might need to shop around, and even though you might have a lovely relationship with somebody, maybe, you know, you're overpaying, and it's time for you to just watch out where your money's going and make any changes accordingly. Okay, Pisces. That's quite a reading. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it for you twice. I do apologise again for it being late. As I said, although this is for November 2021, I do feel like the energies will last because you've got a lot of major arcana in there. I think you've got a lot to think about. If you need any help with it, just do let me know. You can always book an intuitive business success session with me, or a private reading, whichever. And we can get to the bottom of how you're feeling and what you're doing. Got any questions, just ask me in the comments below. Don't worry if they don't show straight away. I hold all comments because I get so much spam. It's ridiculous. It's such a bugbear of mine. And I tried even setting the settings to mark anything that could possibly be spam, and it just let all the spam through, which was just rubbish. So I have to hold all comments and have them manually approved. Otherwise, my site would just be, well, a shambles. It's the word of the day today. Have a great rest of the month, Pisces. I will see you again very, very soon. We'll be getting all Christmassy in the next videos. With love and magic always, this is Maria Gaian signing out.